Welcome to the 8th installment of the FM13 de Gijón video. Today we'll see the match review. The first match was against Mirandés, an easy one that we dominated, and where Daniele Paponi finally scored for the first time since coming to this team. Kevin Panevich made another great match with a 7.9 rating, and I am going to try to sign him on a permanent basis. The next was against Barcelona B, again at home, and even if we only scored one goal at the start of the match, it was a comfortable match. We didn't want to be the team dominating the possession, as I don't really care much about that, just about creating chances, and we created the more chances and the better chances. They shot only from afar and never were too threatening. As you can see, their goalkeeper achieved a decent rating because he had to work to keep their goal at just one. This game against Huesca away was the first where I tried the changes to the away tactic that I had announced in the previous video. We won with more shots as we did against Barcelona B, but it wasn't an easy match. It was even, well, looking at the highlights, and we shouldn't have had so much trouble. It should have been easy, and Gianluca Zambrotta made a start in this match and was poor. He's not been performing very well in the side since I signed him. Against Girona, we had a tougher time that we should have, as we are clearly superior to them. But even so, we started getting ahead with Ivan Hernandez's goal from a corner, but then Sergio Alvarez got sent off, and we paid that with a later goal by Gerard Bordas, and so we lost the first points of the month. And there's not really much to blame the tactics on. It was the sending off that made the match so poor, as we couldn't get any chance since that point. And next was against Jerez, the most important game of the season, and precisely the day before, Ivan Cuellar gets a flu and is unavailable for the match, so I had to field Juan Pablo, who again made a very poor performance despite his rating being 7.0. He only stopped one shot on target. He let all the rest get into the net. Granted, they were not the easiest shots to stop, but still, he is not doing very well. Fortunately, we managed to win despite all with a hat trick by Daniele Paponi, who's finally getting into form. And the last game was one that should have been easy, but despite our dominance, getting the win was not possible, with the players being wasteful in front of goal and sending most of their shots off the target. Carlos Carmona, who played this match as the advanced playmaker, was the only offensive player that got a good rating. With those results and 14 points out of 18 possible, we end the month in top of the table, and with 2 games ahead of Jerez, with only matches to go, so things go bright for us to get the direct promotion this season, though winning the league will be hard. In the team stats, things remain mostly the same as before, so this time we get into the top 5 in the most yellow card zone table, which is not something that I like to see. Individually, Ivan Hernandez has got to the joint second place in top average rating. Mate Bilic stays being thereabouts in the shots on target ratio. No longer there's one of our players among the top 5 goal scorers and assist makers, and Ivan Hernandez has got joint top in the Player of the Match awards. Ivan Cuellar is 5th in clean sheets, and he could be higher if he hadn't shared his starts with Juan Pablo during most of the season, being Juan Pablo the player who got the most stats. Our injured players returned to fitness, but then there were a couple of new injuries, those of Bernardo and Mandy. Both important, as Bernardo was going to be our new starting centre back and Mandy is our most important centre of midfield player, being very good creatively and very good defensively. This month of April will be used 5 games. Recreativo should maybe a little hard. Elche I think is not bad in the league, so it could be hard. In general, they're not any clearly weak side except for Murcia, who is near the bottom of the table. But with the improved performances that we're showing this month, with no defeats, even though there are those 2 draws that should have happened, I am pretty confident that we can get a good month and probably even seal the direct promotion before the end of the season during this month, and make the next month important only for the sake of winning the division this season. And that is all for today. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed enough and my English wasn't too terrible.